Ako po, si Susan. Pag may gamot na kailangan, huwag mahihiyang magtanong.
Ako po, si Alan. Nasakit ang katawan. May RightMed para dyan.
May RightMed para sa'yo.
RightMed, isang pangalan sa gamot na kailangan. Ano man ang iyong pangalan?
Ako po, si Mimi. Nagpapalakas ng immunity. May RightMed ba for me?
May RightMed para sa'yo.
RightMed, isang pangalan sa gamot na kailangan.
Mga reklamo sa produktong nabili o bad experience with sellers mapa in-store or online. Susolusyonan natin yan kasama ang Department of Trade and Industry. Consumer at iba pa. Saturdays, 9 a.m.
Ako po, si Susan. Pag may gamot na kailangan, huwag mahihiyang magtanong. May RightMed para dito.
Ako po, si Alan. Nasakit ang katawan. May RightMed para dyan.
May RightMed para sa'yo.
RightMed, isang pangalan sa gamot na kailangan. Ano man ang iyong pangalan?
Ako po, si Mimi. Nagpapalakas ng immunity. May RightMed ba for me?
May RightMed para sa'yo.
RightMed, isang pangalan sa gamot na kailangan.
You're watching Double B TV on GTV.
Easy Double B #1.
Super balita sa umaga. At iba pa. Good morning! Good morning!
Good morning! Maganda umaga mga kakasing-kasing. Ito pang issue at iba pa. Siyempre, ako po si Rowena Salvacion at aking partner.
Emil Sumangil po. Good morning, Wen. Sa inyo po ang mga kasama namin sa mga oras na ito. Maraming salamat. Happy weekend.
Ano man po ang issue na ating pinag-uusapan, nasa gitna pa rin tayo ng pandemic, so wag pong kakalimutan na meron tayong pangkalusugang problema na hinaharap. Sumunod sa protocol,
Face mask,
Mhm.
face shield,
Social distancing.
kamay.
Hugas ng kamay. At higit sa lahat, pag kayo makulit pa rin, pwede na kayo maaresto.
Ilang oras?
12 oras. Doon sa mga lugar na walang ordinansa.
Kalahating
Oo.
araw.
Pero kung ang isang lugar na may ordinansa at naaresto kayo doon, di pagbibigyan naman daw kayo sa first offense,
Okay.
sisermonan muna kayo, papayuhan kayo sa barangay,
Papangaralan.
papangaralan. Pero pag naumulit pa kayo dahil pinikunin ko na ng picture, hindi ba?
Hmm.
Nahuli na kita ng isang araw
Ikaw
Umulit ka
kulit
pa.
mo.
Sige, 9 hours ka. Depende po yun sa tinatagtan ng ordinansa ng isang lugar. Kung walang ordinansa sa isang lugar, pwede kang tumagal sa detention ng 12 hours.
Ano naman ang say, Wen, ng Commission on Human Rights?
Ayaw. Kasi daw ang problema, hindi nila pina-question yung direktiba ng Pangulo na magka-arestuhan na kasi talaga naman isang taon na tayo na nasa pandemic, ang dami pang makukulit. Ngayon, sabi po nila, baka lang may tendency daw kasi umabuso ang mga pulis dahil baka magpasikat kay Presidente.
Sakayo naman ako.
ihan ng
Sakayo naman tayo dyan.
Naman.
May kailangan bantay. Okay, go ahead.
Doon siguro ang kailangan natin bantayan, mapagbantay tayo. At huwag lang, pag kayo po'y sinita, magpaliwanag kayo ng maayos. Huwag kayong agad-agad inaninit na namatas ng boses.
Yung sasagutin ng pabalang. Ano ko?
Oo. Tapos mananakit ng mga otoridad, lalaban sa otoridad, iwasan niyo po yun.
Yes.
Yan, pwede pong nadadaan sa diplomasya lahat. Okay.
Tama yan.
Kaya ito
Respeto lamang.
ang ating unang issue, pero bago pala yan, happy viewing kay kaibigan natin pareho.
Okay.
Si retired General Rodel Hoxo.
Opo, General Sir. Opo, thank you. Happy weekend.
Pinyente pa yan na magkakilala kami.
Eh, dami na natin ang kanyang kabiyak.
Oo
Si Ma'am
naman.
Scarlett.
Scarlett, ganda ng pangalan na.
Kinyente pala.
Oo.
Sino ko?
Mamaya na natin
Origin-
pag-west.
Oh, sige, sige. I'm sorry. Sige, sige. Go ahead.
Ito na, ang una nating topic mga kapuso ngayong umaga,
Ano ba?
mainit na mainit, debate sa West Philippine Sea. Napapanahon ba ito? Kailangan ba talagang pagdebatehan? Ako sa akin pananaw, Emil, magandang mailabas ng lantaran sa publiko at ng detalye ng problema natin sa West Philippine Sea.
Tama yun.
Para naunawaan ng lahat.
I-educate natin ang mga kababayan natin.
Pero maganda yung parang academic discussion, hindi yung personalan at nag-iisultuhan na debate.
At yung
Oo,
binabanggit
yan
mong
yung sa mga
debate,
politiko yun. Pero,
yung binabanggit mong debate, Weng, sa pagitan ng hindi ordinaryong mga mamamayan.
hindi.
Sino ba magdedebate?
Hindi ito si Emil at si Weng.
Sino ba magdedebate?
Ang una, nag-ama si Presidente, pero pinayuhan siya ng kanyang mga cabinet members na wag na po ikaw. Kung nga naman Presidente ka, makikipagdebate ka sa isang abogado, dating Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice. Hindi po maliit na bagay yung kanya narating sa buhay. Ngayon, si Presidente Duterte itinalaga na si Secretary Roque para sa tumapat kay Justice Antonio Carpio.
Okay.
Kaya hindi na po matutuloy pero hindi pa sila nagkakasundo sa topic ng kanilang pagdedebatehan. Madali na yung lugar, madali ng oras. Yung issue na lang ng pagdedebatehan, yung sentro ng kanilang pumapunto ng vista.
Ang may nagsabing isang senador, 80% raw ng mga Pilipino ang manonood kung sakaling natuloy yung kay Senior Associate Justice Carpio at kay Pangulong Duterte.
Blockbuster yun.
Eh ngayon, kung si Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque,
Naughty guy.
80%, okay,
Malamang.
80%
Oh, malamang. Ako manonood ako.
manonood ka pa rin.
Kahit hanggang madaling
Sabi kasi
araw
mga
pa.
kapitbahay ko na, langawin yan pagka...
Huwag naman. Ito na magandang pag-usapan natin. Isang abogado rin
Okay.
ang Vatican, presidente pa ng Integrated Bar of the Philippines, si Attorney Domingo Cayosa. Attorney, magandang umaga po. Live kayo sa BCWWTV. Kami po si Emil at Weng.
Salamat po sa oras nyo, Attorney Sir.
Good morning, Glenn at Emil, at magandang umaga sa nakikinig at manonood sa inyong program.
Ang binanggit ninyo, Attorney Cayosa, dialogo at hindi debate. Yan po yung inyong mukha. Unang-una, Sir, para sa mga hindi nakapag-monitor, bakit po para sa inyo yan ang makabubuti para sa lipunan, para sa ating bayan, Sir?
So, maganda naman kung may debate at magkaigihan yung mga gustong magdebate. Kaya naman po, sa mga panahong ito, yan ang pinakamagandang gawin para maisulong ang ating interes sa West Philippine Sea. Sa hanggang ng atin po, yung debate po kasi isa sa publiko, necessarily lahat makikialam, mga nyansyaw, at kung minsan baka nagkakapersonalan pa lulihis din sa mga issue at sa katotohanan. Pangalawa, alam po ninyo, yung diplomasya, international relations, geopolitics, marami ho yung mga nuances at detalye at even historical background na hindi alam ng publiko kasi nga national secret confidential yan. Eh kung talagang gusto ng mga namumuno sa atin at yung mga dalubhasa at mga marurunong din na merong maaaring i-contribute na solusyon, hindi lang kantsaw kundi solusyon, eh baka mas maganda pag-aralan nila, mag-usap-usap sila, mag-dialogo, mag-diskusyon, privately, na wala akong publicity, para sa ganun, among themselves, kasi naniniwala naman tayo, they are very responsible, magagaling yan, at mga patriot lahat yan, para sa bansa. Pag nakatulog po sila ng magandang solusyon o direksyon para sa ating interest in the West Philippine Sea, saka nila sasabihin sa taong bayan kung ano yun. Kesa po yung kasi po na po lang, debate na. Alam po naman natin ng Pilipino, tuwang-tuwa po yan sa mga ganyan para mag pinagsasabong natin yung mga personalidad. Eh, yung issue na ito, hindi ko naman tungkol sa personalidad. I-issue ito kapag nandito ng sambayan ng Pilipino, hindi lamang tayo, kundi future generation. So baka po pwede maghinay-hinay sila. We would rather support a process of dialogue, consultation, so that they can come up with a direction, ang pinakamagandang gawin. Konsulta din sila sa mga dating presidente, sa mga dating mga ambassadors, sa DFA, sa National Defense. Kasi ang issue dito, hindi lang po ngayon mga nakaraang presidente, duman o marami ng pangyayari na premise ng mga kinakailangan gawin ngayon. So, yun po ang amin.
Attorney Cayosa, ibig sabihin, kung dialogo, makakahanap tayo ng lugar kung saan mapapag-isa natin ang posisyon ng bansa sa halip na debate na pwede tayo magkawatak-watak lalo. Kasi kay team ganito ka, kay team ganito kapag debate ang usapan.
Totoo yan. Lalo po yung palapit ang election next year na.
Yes, oo.
Magkako yan magiging ma-politicized. It should not be politicized because this goes beyond political parties or even candidacies. So, mas maganda po, tama po yung sabi ninyo na mag-unify muna tayo. Di ba ganun po yung responsible leadership po? Hindi po yung, sige, dalhin natin kagad sa publiko. Magkakaroon po yan malamang ng kanya-kanyang manok. Ilang pumintan, hindi na iniintindi yung mga issue o katotohanan. Basta meron na silang desisyon, quiet discussion ng mga lideres ng ating bansa.
Mas makakatulong sa pamahalaan ng Attorney Cayosa kung halimbawa i-set aside kung ano man yung personalan na umabot na level sa pagitan ng administrasyon o kisa ng administrasyon at ni Justice Carpio, kung kukunin nila yung tulong ni Justice Carpio para to settle once and for all itong problema natin sa China.
Totoo yan. Ang aking pag-alam nga, nung mga unang weeks ng administrasyon ng Duterte, ang aking pagkaalam ay si Justice Carpio, dahil siya ko naman ay isang key figure din sa ating pag-file ng West Philippine Sea arbitration case. Siya ko ang nag-briefing sa Malacanang. Yun ang aking pagkaalam.
Opo.
Pero after that, nagkakaiba ng mga landas. Alam po ninyo kasi ito rin po, no? Kung yan po, kung nagsasagutan sa media, wala akong gusto magpatalo dyan, di ba ba? At kung minsan, madadagdagan din, may konting katsaw, may konting islam. So it will not be helpful na yung mga leaders natin, nagtatalas-tasan sa publiko. Baka mas madali silang magkaunawaan at magtulungan kung in-approach sila very professional at merong mga datos na pinangahawakan para maintindihan nila saan ba nang gagaling yung mga iba't ibang mga suggestion.
Okay. Meron kasi sinasabi ang Malacanang attorney na dapat bang isettle pa natin yung issue ng kung kaninong administrasyon na walang Scarborough Shoal, na tipo ang mischief reef. Samantala sabi nga ni Justice Carpio, sandali muna, hindi na pinagtatalunan ngayon na nawala yan sa administrasyon ni Ramos at saka ng Pinoy administration. Pero yung issue ng kailangan pa ba natin isettle yon bago tayo umusad sa mas pressing issue ngayon na nakakamkam na ulit ang iba pang parte ng West Philippine Sea?
Well, yung kung kailan nawala mga yan sa atin, hindi na ho issue yun. That's historical fact. Hindi na po natin mapapalitan yan. Ang magandang tignan nila, bakit wala tayong nagawa? Ano ang sitwasyon noon? Sapagkat dapat po, at ito hindi ito makakapture sa debate.
Opo.
Kasi ang debate, 1, 2 oras, 3 oras, kahit na isang araw, hindi mo makukuha lahat. Yung mga circumstantial antecedent. Kasi para maintindihan, bakit nawala yan? Baka naman yung nagkataon noon, humingi tayo ng tulong ng ating aliado, hindi naman sila pumunta. So, diba, yung isa rin, ang payo ng Amerika, binoke nilang, sige, kayong dalawa, China at Pilipinas, sabay kayong aalis mo na dyan para walang tension. Sumunod tayo, umalis tayo, hindi umalis ang China. So, hindi natin kasalanan yung mga so
parang
yung blade game, hindi na po sana yun ang ating bigyan ng focus. At tignan lang natin, ano bang nangyari, bakit nangyari, anong pagkakaiba ng sitwasyon ngayon at nung nakaraan. Kasi pwede pa naman baguhin.
Opo.
Yung ating mga approaches, yun is a dynamic thing.
Yun. Parang kung ano yung natutunan nating leksyon, Emil and attorney, doon sa pagkakakuha ng Scarborough Shoal at saka ng Mischief Reef, gamitin natin yung knowledge na yon para hindi magamit natin kung anong diskarte ang gagawin sa iba pang teritoryo natin sa West Philippine Sea para hindi na maaga ulit ng China.
Maging kapakit.
Hindi na tayo mabawasan pa. Attorney?
Tama po yun. Yung bang move forward na tayo. Pero as we move forward, we also need to learn the lessons of history. Kaya nga importante na yung konteksto nito over a longer period of time, alam ng lahat. Sa debate, hindi mo naman mailalabas yan. So, ang nangyayari, tayong 110 million Filipinos na manunood, kung ano lang sasabihin yung dalawang nagde-debate, doon lang tayo kumakapit.
Opo.
Kulang mo ng premise
Opo.
kulang ng konteksto. Baka po magkamali ang ating mga desisyon.
Attorney, dito po sa inyong mungkahi o isinusulong ninyong dialogo sa halip na debate, para sa inyong palagay, sino pa ho yung dapat bigyan ng upuan at makasama sa pag-uusap, sa brainstorming?
Well, una po, of course, yung administrasyon, yung Presidente, Department of Foreign Affairs, Secretary of National Defense, yung mga dating mga ambassadors natin sa China, yung mga dating Presidente, yung mga dating National Security Advisors, yung mga dalubhasa, gaya ni Justice Carpio, at isa pang mga profesor. Pwede rin po tayo kumuha ng mga taga-ibang bansa na masusing pinag-aaralan ito.
Opo.
So ito po lahat yung mga pwede nating konsultahin. Hindi naman mandatory but makakatulong. Kasi nga po, mas malawak ang kanilang kaalaman tungkol dito. Yung mga kaibigan natin sa ASEAN, yung mga kapitbahay natin na makikinabang din kung may freedom of navigation dito sa West Philippine Sea. Lahat po yan, stakeholders.
Opo.
So maganda po na mabilis din natin sila. At the end of the day po naman, ang desisyon sa foreign relations and foreign policy, o yan ng Presidente. Pero kung may malalakan at malalim na konsultasyon, malamang mas maganda yung kanyang bubuin na plano o kaya approach.
Weng, attorney, yes. Abatid po natin lahat, hindi lang Pilipinas ang naghahabol dyan sa mga pinagtatalo ng mga isla na yan. Kasama po natin ang Vietnam, ang Malaysia, Brunei, pati ang Indonesia. Para sa integrated part of the Philippines, Weng, attorney, ano ho kaya ang pwedeng gawin ng gobyerno? Atuwang yung iba pang bansa natin na sabihin natin dinedihado ng China.
Multilateral approach,
Yo,
ika nga
opo.
ako.
Yun, na mas magandang tema.
Yan po ang matagal na minumungkahi natin at iba pang mga eksperto. Multilateral approach is very important. Sa katunayan nga po, nung ako'y naging presidente ng IBP, isa po ito sa aking ginawa. Tumulay po tayo sa mga bar associations ng Vietnam, Malaysia, pati po sa China. Para ipaalam din natin na kami po sa Pilipinas, nanalo kami, ano po ba sa tingin ninyo? Sa lahat po ng aming pagkikipag-talastasan, pagkikipagkaibigan, kung sabi ng lahat ng mga lideres ng association ng ASEAN, pati na po ang China, sabi na ayaw natin ng gera dito. So, out of the question, why to push up ng gera? Walang may gusto ng gera. Ang gusto lang natin, ang sabi ng Chick, let's do business. Ang sabi naman natin, okay, business tayo, kaya lang, sumunod tayo din sa international law. Si abogado naman tayo nga. So, meron din ang framework. But we are lawyers. We are private bar associations. Hindi ko naman kami ang gobyerno.
Okay.
So,
Attorney, itong
kailangan din po na magagaling talaga sa gobyerno yung mga steps and directions kung saan tayo patutungo.
ito po ang problema eh. Sinasabi mismo ng Malacanang na hindi pwedeng i-enforce yung arbitral award na nakuha natin noong 2016 mula sa UN dahil po wala daw po itong mekanismo para ipatupad. Hindi daw po nilinaw doon sa award na yon, favorable sa Pilipinas na China, lumayas ka kasi sa Philippine territory at EEZ yan ng Pilipinas sa South China Sea
Exclusive
o West
Economic Zone.
Philippine Sea. Anong pananaw niyo doon? Tama po ba sabihin na talagang walang mechanism at hindi natin magagamit yung award na yon para ilaban yung karapatan natin sa West Philippine Sea?
Papilan daw.
Oo. Pwede na pong itapon lang yung papel na yun eh.
Huwag mo na itapon yung papel na yun. Kahit po, ito namang papel kasi papel na susulat yung desisyon. But that is a very important piece of document. It's not only a piece of paper, but it is an international document that is binding to all the parties. Kailangan po na malinaw sa lahat na ang China, pumirma yan sa UNCLOS. So many years ago, Pilipinas pumirma. Halos lahat ng mga bansa pumirma sa UNCLOS. Yung United States nga lang po, ang hindi pumipirma, kukunti lang sila eh. But anyway, pati yung United States, ginagamit din yung UNCLOS, yung batas ng UNCLOS, pag kinakailangan. Kaya nga maraming mga desisyon all over the world na kahit hindi pumirma ang United States yan, bound sila. Now, having said that, so yung China, bound by the processes na malinaw doon, kung meron kayong hindi pagkakaintindihan, arbitration. Pumasok po sa arbitration, pumarap ng China. Pero biglang sinabi ng China, nung siguro feeling nga, ayaw namin pumasok yan. Pero kahit ayaw yung pumasok, hindi naman na kayo eh. Lumaan po tayo sa proseso.
Pero ang problema daw po, hindi kasama ang China doon sa arbitration eh. Hindi sila nagkaroon ng papel kasi dinedma nila yung the whole process.
Pero hindi mo ba, basic din lo ko yan. Ang kailangan mo ko naman ng due process, mabigyan ka ng pagkakataon na depensahin ang sarili mo, alamin ang yung complaint depensahin. Pero din po sa national law natin, di ba? Pag kinasuhan ka, sinabi yung kasalanan mo, nalaman mo, pero ayaw mong sinagot, bahala.
Waiver of right na yun. Waiver of right yun.
Oo, by default. So, ito ang nangyari sa China. Ngayon, so, binding yan sa China, hindi na pwedeng taliwalain. So, it's not just a piece of paper. The whole international community is behind that piece of paper sapagkat decision po yan isang tribunal na dumaan sa tamang proseso.
Ang tanong na lang ay how to enforce it, attorney.
Correct. Ito po, sinasabi, wala namang policeman ang United Nations, wala namang world police. Totoo yan. Kaya lang, hindi po tamang sabihin, hindi na i-enforce ito. Sa kasalukuyan nga, kung ini-enforce na yan eh. Tignan mo ninyo yung Amerika. yung Japan, India, Australia, Canada, Europe, wala, patuloy mo silang dumadaan dyan. Sinasabi ng China, sa amin yan, umalis kayo dyan, huwag kayong pumasok, sa amin ang buong karagatan na yan. Anong sagot nila? Talo ka eh. Wala ka namang karapatan dito. May desisyon na ang UNCLOS. Sila mismo, ginagamit nila ang desisyon upang yung kanyang supportahan ang kanilang national interest, yung freedom of navigation. So, na-enforce, di ba ba? Pinaka-reset ko, di ba? Doon sa Korean Peninsula. Pinaradaan ko yan daan-daang mga barko ng China. Ayaw umalis. Nung sumama ko ang Pilipinas doon sa mga ibang bansa na lumapit, di ko pa umalis yung mga China. So, pwede kong gamitin yan kasi nasa tama tayo. Nasa legal tayo. So, we have to keep using it. Pero hindi kinakailangan po naman na para i-enforce yan. Makikigera tayo. Bawal yan sa ating konstitusyon. Hindi ko yan tinatanggap sa world community.
Okay. Attorney, maraming salamat po sa inyong mga legal input sa amin, Emil.
Dami ko namin natutunan. Sa totoo lamang.
Sir, susulitin po ha. Ingat po kayo. Thank you.
Stay healthy. Happy weekend, Attorney.
Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga po.
Good morning. Mga kapuso, ang Pangulo ng Integrated Bar of the Philippines, si Attorney Domingo Cayos.
Lalo lumakas ang loob ko.
Oo. Pwede pala yan. Tapos sa basura
West
nila.
Philippines.
Ganon. Totoo yun. Kahit naman sa anong legal procedure, pag ikaw sinabihan na ito ang kasalanan mo, binibigyan ka na ng due process. Pag hindi mo, dinedma mo yun, waiver of right yun.
Okay.
Pag
Yun, isa
natalo
pa yun,
ka,
natuto ko.
pag natalo ka, ibig sabihin ay winner by default yung kalaban mo.
Winner by default.
Yes. Ganun yan.
Wala kang nagawa.
Wala kang ginawa eh. Para pagtanggol sa sarili mo eh. Hindi na kasalanan ng
Hindi mo
Pilipinas.
inilaban.
Totoo. Oras natin, Emil, mga kapuso, 42 minutes makalipas ng alas 7 ng morning. Siyempre dito tayo ay radyo na.
Double B, TV ba?
Cortesia na.
Disiplina pa.
Tuesday sa Good News. Ito ang Double B TV. Radyo na, TV pa. Ako po, si Susan. Pag may gamot na kailangan, huwag mahihiyang magtanong.
Ako po, si Alan. Nasakit ang katawan. May Rightmed para dyan.
Rightmed, isang pangalan sa gamot na kailangan. Ano man ang iyong pangalan?
Ako po si Mimi. Nagpapalakas ng immunity. May right blood ba for me?
Rightmed, isang pangalan sa gamot na kailangan.
Ay, Gabriel, yan ang type mo, no?
Love at first sight?
Yan. Kumakain ako.
Till I Met You. Saturday, 11 a.m. on GTV. Tara na't isave ang Encantasia mula sa kadiliman. Ending Kabisote 2, Sunday, 2 p.m. on GTV.
Magandang umaga po muli mga kapuso. Alam niyo ba, isang babae sa Morocco ang posibleng makakuha ng world record sa may pinakamaraming isinilang na sanggol. Hindi lang kasi kambal o triplets at hindi rin quadruplets, kundi nonoplets at siyam na sanggol ang iniluwal ni Halima Sifte. 5 baby boys at 4 na baby girls ang ligtas na isinila via cesarean section. Sa The Netherlands naman, pinag-aaralan ngayon ang paggamit ng mga bubuyog pampupoy sa taong may COVID-19. Ayon sa eksperto sa pamamagitan ng bubuyog, mapapaiksi ang pag-aantay sa COVID-19 test result. Maaari daw itong makatulong sa mga bansang hirap sa pagsasagawa ng COVID-19 testing. Samantala, balik bansa naman tayo mga kapuso. Dahil sa mga community pantries, ang tricycle drivers sa Sorsogon ang nagbibigay naman ng community ride. Ito ang libreng sakay na paandar ni Mang Romeo na layo makatulong sa mga hirap sa buhay ngayong pandemic. Alas 9 ng umaga hanggang alas 6 ng hapon ang biyahe ni Mang Romeo at wala siyang pinipiling isakay. Ayon kay Mang Romeo, gumaan daw ang kanyang pakiramdam nang simulan niya ang community ride. Ako po si Julian Cabrera Serra ng Super Radio DZWB. Radyo na, TV pa.
DZWB #1 Super Balita sa Umaga at iba pa.
Balik na tayo mga kapuso sa ating talakayan ngayong umaga sa Isa't Iba Pa. Ako pa rin po si Rowena San Rosyon.
Naman, Real Sumago. Welcome back mga kapuso.
Beltang COVID naman tayo.
COVID naman.
Issue ng private sector. Yung gobyerno meron sigurado ng flow ng vaccines. Tuloy-tuloy na kahapon nga. May 1.5 million na Sinovac, hindi ba?
Okay.
By today, may 2 million ng AstraZeneca ang inaasahan natin na darating. So,
Hindi mo malapag pala.
hindi. Yung today naka-schedule pa lang.
Okay.
Yung kahapon na nakababa na. Ngayon, ito ang ating magandang pag-usapan. So, tayo muna sa private sector. Di ba?
Kasama na pala tayo.
Ano ka ba? Kahit sa priority naman ng gobyerno, kahit basta nandun ka sa list of priorities, pwede ka. Pero ang maganda, may sariling effort ang private sector para magkaroon ng sariling bakuna. At ang maganda nito, ang good news, na pagbigyan na ng green light, ng go signal ng gobyerno, ang private sector na sige, ilarga nyo na ang inyong vaccination program.
Basta,
Susunod sa protocol na itinakda ng gobyerno. Ang tanong, may protocol na bang naitakda ang private sector na nag-order ng mga bakuna?
anong klaseng sistema?
Magandang
Ibig mo
pag-usapan
sabihin?
natin yan. Dahil tayong mga manggagawa, dito po tayo nabibilang kung kayo mga empleyado ng mga kumpanya nag-order ng bakuna, pakinggan niyo po ito para sa inyo itong discussion na ito.
Para sa atin din.
Of course, nasa linya po natin si Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Joey Concepcion. Sir Joey, magandang umaga. Live po kayo sa DZWB at WBTV. Kami po si Emila Tuweng.
Salamat po sa oras niyo, sir.
Ay, sir.
Magandang umaga rin.
Good morning, sir. Katulad po na nabanggit ko doon sa text ko sa inyo kahapon, sabi po ng gobyerno, binibigyan na kayo ng go signal, private sector na magbakuna. Ilarga ninyo yung programa sa pagbabakuna sa inyong hanay. Ang tanong daw po, may protocol na po ba kayo na itakda? May yung na umaayon sa protocol naman po ng gobyerno?
Well, matagal na itong programa ng private sector. Nagsimula last year noong November 27 at nilunsad namin yung Dose of Hope program. Yung unang bakuna ang ginawa namin yung AstraZeneca. So,
Pinagbigyan mo kayo nga kasi ako kanina.
namin dito at yung tripartite
Kaya
na
nalalaman
sa AstraZeneca, yan ang kauna
na maging
ng
tapat na totoo ako sa'yo.
sinagawa ng private sector at public sector kasama dito si Charlie Galvez.
Pinagbigyan mo kayo nga kasi ako kanina.
Ang in-order namin at kasama dyan ng mga ibang LGUs. Pero ngayon, dadating na rin dito yung private sector dito magsisimula ng month of June onward all the way to December. So 70 million doses will be arriving between the months of June and December. In June, we're expecting 1.3 million doses to be arriving for the private sector use. So, and then it will just continue all the way.
Okay. Paano po yung halimbawa, pagdating ng bakuna, saan nyo inidiretso, may sarili kanyang storage facility para po sa mga bakuna ito? At paano po yung magiging at sa bawat kasama ninyo doon sa private group na nag-order po ng bakuna?
So, madali lang yan eh. Your total order over the, yung order with bawat companya over the total order. So, mapaprorate na lahat yan. Now, yung ginawa namin na logistics provider, ang Zwellig, sila ang magsistore ng mga bakuna at sila mag-distribute sa different vaccine centers na pinili ng mga private sector. So, yung private sector po pagmili ng iba't ibang outsourced provider ng mga vaccine centers na nagbibigay ng mga inoculation sa mga empleyado.
Earlier, a guy wanted a black powder peg leg gun that he says is from the early 1800s. Corey thinks it's some kind of movie prop, but I'm hoping it's legit. So I brought in my buddy Alex to help you out with this thing. I mean, I'm looking at this thing, and frankly, I'm stumped.
We have the Swiss Army knife with pirate legs. I mean, intrigued is an understatement. Let me see this thing. So this is a peg leg with a gun in it. Wow. Look at this thing. I have never seen anything like a peg leg with a flintlock in it, ever. This thing is insane. So, want me to tell you if I think this is real? Yeah, I just can't see this being a viable option for somebody. All right, well, here's what I know. The lock got the Crown GR for King George. King George died in 1820, so that's period for sure.
But that cloth on there is...
Yeah, well, that's a machine stitch all the way across. Huh. Man, this is tough.
So is it real?
Well, I don't think it's a movie prop. I think it's much too sophisticated for it. I mean, it looks like it would function.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Sweet.
Here's the thing. This barrel is rifled. So if I was going to make a movie prop, why would I bother putting a rifle barrel in it? Rifling is a twist that's grooved into the inside of the barrel. And what it does is it takes a pistol ball and it spins it sort of like a football spins on a spiral and goes straighter. So if you're going to make a movie prop, why use a rifle barrel? Just use an old piece of paper. What would happen is if this was a British officer's leg and he was injured in battle, you're out to sea for months. Maybe the ship's carpenter made this and they use recycled materials from products that they had on the ship. Wow, these are pipes for the ramrod in a Brown Bess musket. It's kind of an ingenious design because, you know, if you had a pant on and the bottom of your pant came down to the ankle, you have no idea that there was a pistol in there. So if you're in the middle of a battle, you need only bring up your leg that far, and boom. Awesome. Right? Awesome. Boom. You just pull this little lever and the pistol discharges.
So he wants 15 grand for it.
I can't answer that yet. You know, I got to research it, and if it fires, that'll help the value.
Can you meet us at the range this morning?
Sure.
All right. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you tomorrow. Take care.
If Alex wants to shoot it at the range, I think that will do nothing but help the value go up. I'm all for it.
So we're on the shooting range to see if it actually fires. And if this thing is legit, I really want to buy it. What do we strap this to shoot it?
Here's what. Sort of like shooting like a handheld rocket. It's kind of big and cumbersome, but see if it works.
All right.
I chose some targets, some cantaloupes, because this is a close-range weapon. There's no way to aim this. You just sort of point in the general direction and pull the lever and hope for the best.
Load up the leg.
I'm being conservative with this gun because I don't want an accident to happen. I'm using a little bit of powder and a smaller ball. Little pressure, less of an accident. Lots of pressure, big accident. So I'm going little.
All right, here we go.
You ready?
All right.
Yes! Went right through it. It fires. Yes! Now I've done my job and it's between Rick and the cell. Does anyone else want to fire it?
Sure, I'll shoot it.
Nice.
You don't want to shoot it?
No,
Not at all. Why not?
There's some sweaty pirate leg. I was in there and I'm just not into it. So I'll let you go ahead.
All right, Rick. All right. All right. Ready? Here we go. They're gonna flush wound. They're gonna flush wound. It fires. It's legit. I want to get it for the right price. I really want this thing. It is really cool. It's one of those things I put in the shop. People will want to take pictures next to it. What do you think it's worth?
Well, there's no other peg leg gun out there to compare it to, but it really works and it has an ingenious design. So what crazy collector out there wouldn't want this? I would say probably somewhere in the $12,000 to $15,000 range. Awesome. It's pretty amazing, Rick. I've never seen something like this.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good luck,
Alex,
Dennis.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So, what would you take for it?
I'm looking at 15.
No. There's no money to be made.
Come back at me.
8 grand.
10.
We go 9? This is a thing that looks great in the showcase. I think I might be able to find some crazy guy to give me a lot of money for it, but it's going to sit around for a long time.
Call it 9.5. What's the difference?
9,500?
95.
It's one of the coolest things I've ever owned.
Rick and Corey were laughing when I first came in here. I'm the one that's laughing now with pockets full of money, so I hop on my one leg out of here.
It's one of the weirdest things we've ever talked. Well, I know it's weird, but That's why it's so great. I mean, I'm just telling you, if you're 12 years old, would you think that was the coolest thing in the world? No. You're so lame.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I got a pair of Scottish percussion pistols, 1840. They're called saw handle. They're just like the handle of a saw. I bought it from a little old lady that had all kinds of military stuff. She had guns and medals and clothing, and I was just intrigued by them, and I bought them from her. She loved military stuff because she said she was always sweet on guys in uniform. I'm not an expert on them, but I think the pistols are in above average condition for 175 years old. They were made by A. Henry of Edinburgh, and I thought that maybe might be associated with the guy that designed the Henry rifle, which is extremely rare and valuable.
They look pretty cool. I've heard about these before. A. Henry Edinburgh. What do you know about him?
I looked him up and I thought, could that be the same Henry from the Henry rifles? You know, I thought, ooh, okay, worth a fortune, but I couldn't necessarily make a connection.
I don't know much about them either, but how much are you looking to get?
Somewhere in the below 8,000 range.
Okay. I mean, they look in fair condition. There's a lot of wear on them, considering that this handle used to be nickel plated at one time from what it looks like. You can still see a little bit down here. And the barrels, they have rust and even pitting, and you got a dent right here.
It's a patina of age.
I wouldn't call rust patina. If you bought an old car with rust on it, would you call it patina?
It's a pretty thick barrel. I doubt that rust goes all the way through.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know, and
no, I don't know either.
I'm gonna have to call my gun expert Alex down to see what he thinks.
Okay.
Hopefully, you have enough time to hang out for a little while until he gets here.
That'd be great. Thank you. I want Jim to call in an expert on the guns because it's difficult to get information on them. So I'm hoping that his answer will be close to my asking price.
They're in pretty rough shape and they're old, but they seem like they might have some historical significance. So I called in Alex to help me figure out if I should buy them.
Very nice. These are what we refer to as saw-handled pistols. What's interesting about these is the name on them. So that would be Alexander Henry, who had a shop in Edinburgh, Scotland. This is like the most famous gun maker during the Victorian era.
So it looks like it's the same Henry. You were concerned about that.
Yeah.
That's.
I was hoping for that.
So, what kind of value do you put on these?
Well, the condition of them really drags the value down. When these were made, this thing looked like a bar of silver. What brings the value back up is Alexander Henry's name. That's a nice pedigree for them. So at auction, the way they are today, 5,000 to 6,000.
All right, well, that's what I needed to hear.
All right, good luck, though.
Thank you.
So, are you still interested in selling them?
That's what we negotiate on price.
Well, how much would you like to get for them?
I'd probably settle for 42.
Would you take 28 for them?
No, that's a giveaway price. 3,500 would be my bottom. And if you want to, we could gamble. It's Las Vegas, flip a coin. They come with two different numbers, yours and mine.
Fortunately, I live in Las Vegas, and I know better than to gamble. I'll tell you what, I can do 33, but I can't go a dime higher. They're cool guns. I do want to get them. I want to make a deal with you. And I think I'm pushing it at 33, but I'm hoping that can work for all of us.
33.50.
I really...
What's $50 amongst new acquaintances?
That's the same question I would ask you.
That's below what I was expecting to take, but I'll accept your deal on a handshake. Okay?
All right, let's go over here and write them up.
All right. I would have liked to walk away with maybe in the 4,000 range, but based upon what I learned from the expert and Chum's negotiating skills, I took a little bit of a hit, but I'm still okay.
How are you, sir? I'm doing good. What we got here?
This is an old Civil War pistol, a Clark and Sherrard.
Clark and Sherrard. That is, it might be the rarest Civil War gun there is. You just walked in here with Jimmy Hoffa.
I got the revolver at an estate sale in Houston, Texas. I believe from what I have seen in my over 50 years of gun collecting, that it is an old Clark Sherrard cabin ball revolver. I'd be happy with $40,000. I know these folks have got to make a living, and I got a good price on it at the auction.
You know how rare these are. There's like just a handful of these in the world.
Absolutely. There's one at the Gettysburg Museum, but it exploded during the fire.
Well, the story is that the state of Texas gave Clark and Sherrard thousands of dollars to start making their version of a Colt Dragoon. And they were having lots and lots of troubles with the guns. They didn't get delivered, and the whole operation more or less fell apart and folded. And then one of the partners went in, took some of the parts, put them back together, and sold off a few of the guns. And for every Clark and Sherrard real gun, there's like 1,000 fakes.
Okay.
And
makes sense.
I don't know if there's a bad fake where the casting came out terrible right here. Was there any paperwork or anything with this?
No, sir. But the fact that this one has no rifle leads me to believe that it was one of the ones that was put together from those parts, like you're talking about.
If this thing is real, it's one of the coolest things that's ever walked in here. I'm like in awe of this thing right now, but just they're so rare. I have my doubts. You understand why? It's just you basically just walked in here with the Holy Grail. So, how much you want for this thing?
Been several of them. There ones that sold at a big auction house, and it went for like 60, 70,000, something like that. But I'd be happy with 40,000.
You've literally walked in here and told me, you know, when you go to France, to the Louvre, and you see the Mona Lisa, well, that one's fake. I got the real one right here. So I'm going to go make a phone call, get someone down here. I'm not even beginning to figure out if this thing's real or fake. I just don't know enough about it. So let me call a friend who will know something about it. Okay? Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
I've had a few gun shops look at it. Everybody thinks it's real. I think it's real.
This thing is sort of like a time machine. They don't exist.
I'm hoping that the expert is going to finally be able to clear it up and authenticate the piece.
These are so rare. Saying it's like the Mona Lisa is not an understatement. I've never seen one outside a museum, so I've never actually touched one. Can I touch it?
Absolutely.
Wow. There's 11 known to exist. 4 have this etching, this design. The last one came to market that was etched, and it was almost $80,000.
Okay.
The serial numbers of the etched ones were in the hundreds and 200 range. This is in the range of the known etched guns, which is really good. The problem is, from the ones that I know that exist and the ones I've been able to research, the serial number font does not match this. It doesn't mean that the gun is fake. It does mean that the serial numbers are.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You very much.
Very knowledgeable.
It could be legitimate, but the serial numbers have been tampered with. And once that happens, you're not going to spend $80,000. Most collectors won't spend anything because they're too afraid to lose their investment.
I love stuff like this. I love crazy, weird history. But we're 99% sure someone's tampered with that serial number. It's going to be too difficult for me to sell. I mean, when someone walks in my shop, I give a guarantee on every single thing I sell, and I can't do it on this. Good luck, dude. That's all I can tell you. What do we got here?
It's an 18th century flintlock pistol used around the Revolutionary War period. After they shoot something, then they flip it around and use this to smash somebody in the head.
You actually make some of these with axes on the end of them.
Yeah, isn't it cool? I'm here today to sell my 18th century flintlock pistol. I consider myself an amateur collector. This is the oldest one I've ever bought, and it's got a lot of history to it. I think it's a really good gun.
So why are you trying to get rid of it?
Well, my wife is kind of pushing me for it. I love this gun. It's like been the cream of my my collection, and you know it kills me to sell it. I don't want to sell it, but I either got to get rid of the gun or the wife. And
well, man, some people would choose to get rid of the wife.
I've had her a long time. She's paid off.
Where'd you get it?
I got it at a gun shop. There was a seller there who had got it from a estate sale, and I was told that at the estate sale it had been in the family for generations. So, you know, the seller had a lot of information about it. And if you look over here, they've got some of the markings that are indicative of something in that time period.
So how much are you looking to get for it?
I'd like to get $1,000 out of it. I think it's worth it.
$1,000, and it's not that it wouldn't be worth $1,000. It's, I just don't know if it's real. I'd like to call in an expert.
Okay.
If it is real, then I can definitely take it, and we can probably work out a deal.
No problem.
All right, deal. I got to make sure it's real. Before I make a deal, I got to call somebody and find out. Hey, Sean, how's it going?
Hey, Corey. Good to see you again. What I love about the Antique Arms and Armor is just being able to connect it with our history and just knowing that, gosh, there was a British officer that held this flintlock pistol, and then now I'm holding it 300 years later.
So this is yours, Jim?
Yeah.
And what do you know about it?
Well, I got it at a gun show, and, the seller had bought it from an estate sale, and it'd been in the family for generations, and I was fortunate enough to get it.
Okay, and did he represent it as, authentic, and did it come with any paperwork or provenance or anything like that?
He did tell me it was authentic.
Okay.
And it did, but there was no paperwork with it.
Okay.
So he didn't have it. It's a estate sale. So
mind if I have a look?
Please.
Well, this form of flintlock pistol was made by the British military in between the years about 1790 and 1820. It's a smoothbore barrel with a range of about 20 to 30 feet, and wasn't rifled, so your accuracy was not so good.
What do you think it's worth?
It's authentic and to the period, anywhere between 15 and 2,500. To kind of give you an idea of the standards of condition, you would expect to see all the metal heavily pitted. This one, you can tell what the markings are. There's no, apparent major pitting or damage or deterioration to, the metal or the wood. So I would classify this as a very good defined condition. Unfortunately, just right off the bat, I know that this is, unfortunately, a reproduction.
Okay, so how can you tell?
First of all, the markings were, punched in as opposed to hand engraved. The crown over GR mark is for King George III, which is correct for the period guns. However, it's a bit different in style. It's not hand engraved. You would have certain markings on the barrel that were proof marks from the Tower of London. There is just nothing about this gun that is of the period.
You're sure?
100% positive. It looks the period, and it looks like it has age, but it's all artificial.
So how much is this thing worth?
Its value would be about $75 to $100.
I paid $800 for this.
I'm sorry you got burned.
Yeah, so, okay, maybe the thing is a fake.
Yeah, man, unfortunately this happens a lot. I mean, you gotta have something saying that it's real. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, I wouldn't want to lose that kind of money either. But I mean, he should have got the paperwork.
Sorry. Oh, boy. My wife was pissed when I bought this gun. Now she's really going to kill me.
How you guys doing today? Oh, pretty good. What do we got here? It's like silverware. Nope, not silverware. That is pretty damn cool. This is a breech-loading pistol. Do you mind? No, help yourself. Do you know anything about these things? Yeah. They're like 1700s. Okay. Well, it looks like my son when he's mad.
I'm at the pawn shop to sell these breech-loading pistols today. I'm looking to get $37,500 for the 2 pistols. If I can sell the guns, I'm going to open up a nice business. And I figured I'd come down to the pawn shop and give it a shot.
The holy grail of pistols, rifles, cannons, everything is the breech-loading pistol. Instead of loading it from the front, you loaded it from the back. And for 400 or 500 years, they were trying to come up with that system, and it took them to the 1800s before they figured it out. And the entire reason why that big metal ball is right there is because once you fired it, you had a great hammer. I mean, no, that's literally why this piece of metal is here. Once you shoot somebody, you could turn it around and bang them on the head real quick.
It's funny because if you ever see this guy shoot, he might as well just throw the gun at something.
Oh, wow.
He wouldn't be able to hit anything with any of these.
I have always been a better shot than you. Always will be.
Did you have them restored or anything like that?
I got it from my grandfather. He was a gun collector, and he took care of all of his weapons.
I'll give you the fact that they're in great condition.
Have you ever shot them? Do you know if they work or not? Or
I'm pretty sure they work.
Okay. How much you want for them?
I would like $37,500.
Let me get someone to look at them. I mean, the whole breech loading thing makes them like incredibly rare. Whether that makes them incredibly valuable, I don't know. I mean, you have a lot going on with all this silver inlay and metal work, and there's a lot of weird stuff here. So let me give someone a call, okay?
Absolutely. I'm good with that.
Oh, okay. So this is Jay Hurst, Jonathan Hurst, or it could be his son James. They had a shop in London, and it's marked London. Let me see this label here. Oh yeah, all right, John Hurst. So now we definitely know that it was John who made them, not James, which actually means they're definitely 1770s because James took over in the 1780s. So Rick, what do you want to know?
How much are they worth?
It's hard for me to answer. There was a pair at auction for about 40,000, so it would be in that range.
Do these things actually work?
Well, if we could possibly fire them, which would be amazing, and they work, they're going to be worth a lot more than if they don't. I'm not comfortable putting a price on it till I know. Is that something we could do?
Absolutely, you can fire. That'd be fun.
That'd be great.
All right, Alex, I'll meet you out there, man. There's no point in my dad coming.
And why would that be?
You're a horrible shot.
I don't know why you continue to say that when you know I can shoot better than you.
There are two pistols. I could load both of them. You could each have a shot, and then we'd know who's a better shot.
Yeah, we'll do that just so I can deflate your ego just a wee bit.
Thanks for showing up, guys.
What are you guys doing here?
Setting up a competition for you. All you gotta do is pop a balloon.
All right, so load these things up so I can beat my son and maybe make a deal on these things and go home.
All right.
You're gonna need it, Rick. Good luck.
Luck has nothing to do with it.
If the breech loading pistols work without exploding out of the back, their value is going up.
All right, show them how it's done.
Really? You couldn't hit it from there.
I doubt you'll hit anything either.
You ready?
Yeah!
Rick, all right, so now it's 1-0. You win. Here you go. So what do you think they're worth?
They shot great. The pistols are really well built. There was a similar pair about 3 years ago sold for $37,500 at auction. So I would value these at $35,000.
Okay. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Thank you. That was fun.
Thank you.
All right, so what's your best price on them?
Well, the appraiser said 35,000, so 35,000.
Okay, man, I really like them. I think they're really super cool. This takes a very special customer. Maybe I can put them at auction. Maybe I get the same price. Maybe I can't. Auctions cost money. I would give you 20 grand for them.
Nah, it's nowhere near enough. My grandfather gave them to me. 35,000 is my flat.
I mean, that's your rock bottom price?
Yeah, that's my rock bottom price. I was going to sell them to start a business, so I need 35,000.
If you're not going to negotiate, I guess we're not going to make a deal. I mean, 20 grand would be my tops.
Sorry, I can't do 20,000.
Well, it was fun shooting them.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good one, man. If you change your mind, come down a shot. Offer's good for at least for a while, anyway. Okay?
Absolutely. 20,000 is just too low. They're worth 35,000, and online they even go a little bit more. So I'm gonna take the pistols back home. I'm put them in my safe. I'm gonna go online and see if I can sell them for a little bit more.
So I got here is a vintage hat carrier and a vintage top hat. But what's really unique and awesome about this piece is what's on the inside. Check this little guy out right here. This is a pistol here that is named and engraved too, and then the engraving matches right here on the side of the combat carrier.
That is Francis Tumblety, who they believe was
Jack the Ripper. Exactly. Well, today I've got a vintage top hat in the original transportation case with a pistol underneath it that was owned by Francis Tumblety. I found this thing. Hello. I found this thing the last day of an estate sale in the back of a closet. Stacked with cooking books from the 60s on it. And I definitely think this thing is worth $15,000 or even more.
I know Tumblety was from Ireland, went to the United States, became a U.S. citizen when he was a teenager, started claiming he was a doctor, had some surgery skills, and had a collection of uteruses in jars. God, man. He got in trouble, had to leave, and went to England, and then they suspected him of being Jack the Ripper, arrested him on some other charges just so they could question him. Then he splits town, comes back to the United States. Yeah. The lead investigator said years later that he really thought this was the guy. How much you want for it?
First off, tell me we can find another one. And in this kind of condition, everything here is just intact and prime. I'm thinking $15,000 on this piece. Where are you gonna find another one?
Do you mind if I have someone take a look at all this stuff?
Absolutely not, man. I'd like to get a little more information on this myself.
I'm gonna go give someone a phone call, and I'll be right back. Cool.
So here's what I know about Tumblety. He would dress, in a really gaudy outfit. He'd ride a beautiful big horse, and he would sell fake medicine. So he actually made a lot of money. And this kind of thing, putting a silver plaque on a hat box that says Dr. Francis Tumblety, was really in line with him, and I'd love to see how that hat is done with the pistol. So this is a percussion cap box lock pistol with a turn-off barrel. The way this worked is you turn off this barrel, you put the powder into the chamber, you put a pistol ball on top, and you'd screw it down, and the ball is so tight that it'll hold the powder in place. So it was just one shot. Anytime a man in Victorian times went outside, he put his hat on. When he came inside, he took it off. But he also had white gloves, typically. The gloves always went inside the hat.
All right, so what's it worth?
So with no association to Tumblety, it's probably $2,000. With the association to Tumblety, maybe you could times that by 5.
Okay.
I think that shooting the pistol would be important because that pistol non-functional means that then you have to fix it. It could actually cost as much as the pistol.
Okay, so can we shoot it tomorrow?
Absolutely. That's great. I didn't think that was going to happen. Yeah, let's totally go shoot this.
We're going to have to do this right.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Good luck there, Oddjob.
Nice. Got it right below that number 3.
It's obviously got issues.
Oh, I think that's just poor accuracy to me.
Okay, is the hat distracting you?
You're a Victorian gentleman. I like it.
So what do you think it's worth?
If it were just this pistol and just the hat, it'd be worth about $2,000. But based on the association with Dr. Francis Tumblety and the fact that the gun works perfectly, I think you could probably get $10,000 for it.
Thanks, man.
Hey. Good luck, Spencer. Sounds good, my man.
All right. I'll give you $5,000.
Dude, you gotta step it up.
There's all right, 5,100.
Dude, you gotta step it up more than that. Come on, we gotta come
All right,
around.
I'll give you $6,000. That's more than fair.
All right. $9,000.
Have a nice day. I'll see you.
7,500.
$6,500. Any more, it's not worth it to me. I'll give you $6,500.
7,250 cash. You know this is a good deal. This is gonna be great for you. It's gonna be awesome in the shop.
I'll give you $7,200.
All right, I'll let you win this time.
All right, deal. Sweet.
Sounds good to me. In the end, I'm happy with what I got. It wasn't really what I was shooting for, but you always aim high and then you go from there. And I'll take this money and go out and do some more damage down the road and hopefully rip me up some more deals.
I'll take this.
There you go.
I'll take the gun. I'll take the hat. I'll meet you back down the shop.
Roger that. We'll see you then, man.
I am a Victorian gentleman.
How are you?
As long as you're not robbing me, everything's cool.
I'm not robbing you.
These are some cool little blunderbusses. Where did you get these?
Well, my grandma recently passed away, and I was basically cleaning out her garage and found these in a box.
Okay, these are flint locks. This flint would fly forward, hit this right here, which would cause sparks, and also make this fly up at the same time, hit your powder in the pan, that would go through the hole, ignite the gunpowder, and everything would come out the end.
Wow.
Okay.
No idea.
Okay, but you have heard the term flash in the pan?
I have.
So when this came forward and hit this, sometimes just your powder would ignite and your gun wouldn't go off, and that was a flash in the pan.
Okay. I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell the 2 guns that I found in my grandma's garage. We were cleaning out the garage. There was a box there. I dug around through it, and there they were. I'm selling the guns today for $6,000.
They look Middle Eastern, Ottoman Empire or something like that. Middle Eastern guns were a lot more show than other countries. They put a lot more importance in decorating the guns than actually using them. What do you want to do with them?
I'd like to sell them.
Okay.
And do you have any idea what you want for them?
A fair price that I thought would be right around 6,000.
Okay. So your guess is right around as good as mine. Guns from the Middle East, it's very difficult to date them. Even if there was their name, I can't read Farsi or Arabic. So do you mind if I have someone come in and help me out a little bit with them?
I don't.
He just knows more about them than I do. Okay. So if you don't mind hanging out a few minutes, I'll get him down here. We'll look at him and maybe we can do something.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I'm really excited they're calling an expert in. I think these guns are really valuable. If I get the full $6,000, I'm going to take my girlfriend to Jamaica. They're called DAG, D-A-G, DAG flintlock blunderbusses. These were in vogue from about 1750 to about 1820. That's when they were being made, but they were still being used up until about 1900.
Okay.
You know, the flintlocks that they were manufacturing in the region, and this is all the Middle Eastern region, from the Barbary Coast to what is now known as Turkey, were guns that were brought in from Europe. And then they copied them. And then they kind of came up with their own form. And this is indicative of that area. These Middle Eastern weapons, they're usually highly decorated and embellished. And it even goes back to the time of the Crusades. There have been record accounts of the Christians being able to see the Ottoman soldiers approaching because the sun was reflecting off of all the gold and silver decoration of their armor and their weapons. Same thing holds true to these. There's an issue, okay? If you look down this barrel, what do you see wrong?
That it's not welded.
If you were to load black powder in this and actually attempt to fire it, this would peel open and explode in your hand. And the reason for it, see those open fissures in the metal? When this was being formed, they never welded the seam so it wouldn't come apart. This is death waiting to happen. This one was actually made just to be intended to be hung on the wall as a cool thing.
Okay, what are they worth?
The value, you know, 2,000 to 3,000. This one, 1,000 to 1,500.
Okay.
I mean, just because you hung it on the wall, it's going to look bitchin'.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Absolutely, Rick. Take care. Good luck. I think Rick should buy these because they're just so unique. There's nothing else like them out there. I think they'll probably sell them pretty quick.
I'll give you like $1,200 for them.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not enough. He just said that this was worth $2,500 on its own.
It said worth $2,000 to $3,000. Okay. And this one, $1,000, $1,500. This one's going to be more difficult to sell because the barrel's screwed up and all that other stuff. I mean, what is your best price?
$3,500.
There's no money in for me that way. There's not. I gotta make a living. I gotta resell these.
Will you do 3?
No. I have to retail them. I have to make a profit. I gotta pay sales commissions. I have all the expenses. Okay.
What's your best offer?
I'll tell you what. I'll go $1,800. I mean, that's what I could do.
Will you do 2?
I'm going to regret this, but I'll do it. I'll meet you right over there, and I'll write you up. Okay?
Well, if I would have gotten the 6,000, we would have been going to Jamaica, but I guess we're going to Cleveland instead.
So what exactly is this?
This is an original Nepalese Bira gun.
I can honestly say I've never actually seen one of these, but it's pretty amazing.
I think there are probably less than 25 around.
You can ask my wife and kids. I always have something to say, but I'm a little speechless at the moment.
I'm a gun collector, and I work in the firearms industry, and this Bira gun fell into my lap. It was an opportunity that I just couldn't pass up. I'm asking for $30,000, which I think is a fair price.
Does it work?
I've been told it works.
So you haven't fired it?
I have not fired this.
Can I open it up?
Sure.
I mean, the machining looks nice. And how much do you want for it?
I'm asking $30,000.
$30,000. Well, that is a figure I have no idea on. Let me call up a friend. Let me get him down here. I just want him to look at this thing, confirm it's old enough for me to buy it. Okay? Because if this thing is, post 1899 or newer, I'm not going to deal with it because then we have to start doing federal paperwork and everything like that. So if everything checks out with the date,
Can you take this out to the firing range tomorrow?
We can. I have a vehicle that will get this out there.
Okay. Let me go make some phone calls. I'll be right back.
Okay.
This beer gun is so rare, I don't think I'll see another one in my lifetime. So it'd be great to see this thing in action. But I have to be 100% sure when it was made. So I called in the guy with all the answers, Marco Patton.
This is nice. A Bira. I've seen pictures of this gun before, but I've never seen one in person. To be able to see this one today is really interesting, and it's in beautiful condition. This is an amazing piece. What's your concerns on this?
So this was definitely made in 1896 or 97. If it's after 1898, I can't buy it legally.
Yes, they were only made in 1896 and 1897.
All right, sweet.
Those are the only 2 years that they were produced, so they're completely legal to own. This fires only with each crank.
Cool.
Are you planning on shooting this?
Yeah, we're gonna take it out the firing range in the morning and meet up with Alex. Want to come?
Yeah. You mind?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, I'd love to see this thing shot.
I will get some guys to help you load this.
I really appreciate that.
All right, no problem.
It weighs about 1,100 pounds.
So we're out in the desert. I got Alex, my gun expert, coming out to tell me what this thing is worth, and we're gonna shoot the beer gun.
Look at this. The Viragun. The Nepalese, a man named Gahendra, was able to smuggle in American Gardner gun out of England into Nepal, and he attempted to reverse engineer the American Gardner gun, and it became the Viragun. But he made some radical changes. I mean, the most notable change is that Pan magazine. Now, this Pan magazine holds 120 rounds of this ammunition, which I brought today. This is a Martini Henry ammunition. Look at the size of that round. It is tremendously unique, and I have never seen one fire.
Who's first?
That's why I'm here.
Okay, you're the guinea pig.
Yeah.
I'm stepping back.
All righty.
Nice.
I've never loved a gun so much.
You gotta try it now. This is sweet.
Okay, here we go.
Nice. Right on target.
I think it's absolutely great. This gun is awesome. I mean, really, it's that cool. It looks really, really steampunk. It looks really neat. It looks really weird. It's a great showpiece. What's it worth?
Well, a few have been sold over the last couple of years. The market value for these is about $27,500.
So what's your best price on this thing?
I'm asking $30,000.
I'll give you 18 grand for it.
How about 26?
The fact of the matter is I got to resell this thing, and 20,000 is the most I can do. It's the most I can pay and still make sense, plain and simple.
I can do 20,000.
All right, sweet. I am like a kid in a candy store. This is like one of the coolest guns I've ever bought in my life. I just have to test it a few more times.
What do you have here? I have a pair of brass duckfoot pistols.
Oh, wow, those are pretty cool.
These are Volley pistols that were made for a British naval officer in the 18th century.
Mind if I grab one?
Go right ahead.
I see why they call them duckfoot. Looks like a little duckfoot.
It does.
Going through the water. Even though I'm not supposed to deal with high-priced items, these guns are some of the coolest things that I've seen coming in the shop. I can't let this guy walk. It's time to prove to Rick he's not the only one that can wheel and deal. What do you want to do with them?
I'd like to sell them.
Okay, how much are you looking to get for them? I'm interested.
I'm asking $50,000.
50,000? I mean, it could be possible if you let me take these to the gun range and fire them.
I'm fine with that. I'd like to fire them too.
All right, well, you got time today?
I'm free all afternoon.
All right, we'll meet out the gun range in say about an hour and a half.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
All right, I'll write the address down. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think once we get out on the range and he
Actually fires them. I think we're gonna make a deal.
You guys look really busy.
Oh, just I was waiting for you to get back. Actually, I gotta take the rest of the day out of the shop, but I'm still gonna be working.
What are you gonna do?
I'm about to go purchase a gun, duck foot pistol. I need to go make sure it works. I told the guy to meet me at the range.
And how much are you gonna buy this for?
Well, like he said 50, but he was just throwing
$50?
$1,000. But he was just throwing
Okay,
that
I'm
number
definitely going with you then.
No, I got it.
I'm going with you. I don't
I
worry.
got this. Trust me.
I will meet you guys out there. I was more or less forced to come out to the gun range because Chum set up a time to meet him at the range and test him out. I asked Alex to come down to meet us because I needed a second opinion because I unequivocally do not trust Chum. So what do we got here?
I have a pristine pair of duck's foot pistols.
Well, those are cool.
Check that out. Wow, Chum, you actually didn't screw this up.
Told you.
The real term for this is a volley pistol. And the reason they designed this, though, it was for crowd control. So any time that you might have a mass of people trying to get you, you would want a volley pistol. Oh, wow. Oh, look, you guys see that mark? There's a V and there's a crown over it?
Yeah.
Those are British proof marks. Basically, they passed the law because they didn't want gun makers making bad guns that would blow up and kill people who were firing them. So in England, anytime you made a gun, you had to submit it to the proof house. They would put 3 times the amount of powder in it that it was supposed to be able to handle. If it didn't blow up, they stamped it with a V with a crown, means viewed. So each of these barrels is viewed. That's a really good sign.
Sweet. Okay, so it's all right with you if we shoot him?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right, we'll load him up.
All right, Chum. That is cocked and ready to fire. Corey?
Chum, you're first.
Chum's didn't all fire at once. They went boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Me now? That was not what I was expecting at all. Did I hit anything?
Yeah, you got a hit. Here. And you got there. That's 2, 3, 4.
Oh, wow.
Chum got 1.
Did 4 barrels, he shot the target once.
What? So, I mean, I know they're cool, but what are they worth?
They're the real deal. They're rare. They're really early by a known maker, and they fire. These are not inexpensive pistols. I value them at $45,000.
Okay, well, man, I really appreciate you coming down.
You're welcome. Good luck. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
There's a huge market for duck's foot pistols. I do think it's worth for the shop to purchase them because they're never going to see a pair like this again.
So what are you looking to get out of them? I was looking for 50,000.
Sa Avendaño Umali. Ito ang Globo PTV. Radyo na, TV pa.
Sabi nila, ang pink pa pretty. Pero ang pink, di lang pretty. Pwedeng pretty, strong, palapad, at palaging panalo. Pag pink, lahat posible. Sunsilk.
Ang tataas na naman ng mga bilihin ngayon, kailan at bakit nagkakaroon ng price increase? Monitoring prices of basic goods. Talakayin natin yan kasama ang Department of Trade and Industry on Schumer at iba pa. Saturdays, 9 a.m.
Feeling stressed? Hanggang dito na punong-puno na ako. Ask her how to be fresh.
What are we going to do about this?
Masikip sa dibdib, Sabado, 3:45 p.m. sa afternoon movie break on GTV. Because of you, we learned to love unconditionally, to be kind, to work hard, and to
can help you
never
write
give
quickly
up.
and confidently,
From you,
so you never have to
we
slow down
learn
at work.
to be good.
Stay on top of it.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah,
most. Wait.
Killer, West Side
Be up all night with the decaf. You say I'm a tall thug, yes, I'm a G-Rap. If you want sex, maybe use the knee pads. If you want Mr. Kinky, baby, give me kitty. Killer, West Side Killer. So I'm giving it a shot. Keep it on.
Baby, make me feel like I never left before. By the side, baby, never let me go. Lord, now. So I had to let back the seat. She sucked it, I nut all over her.
You have no idea what it is to have one's entire life reduced to a single moment. If I am unable to find a husband, I shall be ruined.
Perhaps there is an answer. You need to pretend to have an attachment.
compromise. But this is to work. You used to be a madman.
Because I'm a woman, I'm incapable of making my own choices. There is nothing you cannot do. You are a creature.
Basti! Kung dito sa malayo, maglalagpas sa may barangay. Wala ka dyan.
Looking for a deodorant that gives you even-toned underarms? No Dove Ultimate Repair, boosted with our highest level of niacinamide. It deeply repairs to correct underarm dark marks or beautifully even-toned underarms. Try Dove Ultimate Repair today.
Out of a relationship with other bitches, yeah. I need a good someone I need, yeah. I got some bad things I wanted to myself. Gotta take the time to cut them off, I need. I don't wanna make the girl go crazy. When you treat her like you number one, baby. I don't really, I don't nothing you can do, but people hold on to her 24/7. She looking so sweet, that kind of body, you don't mind spending all of your time. Girl, show me the money. But my tongue will be wasted. They got nothing to do.
Here we go!
Ano pang hinihintay mo? 5-5 Lazada Big Brand Sale, May 5 to 9.
You could be me!
Actually, you could be better than me.
You think more girls than me. Got more pictures than me. You could be the man I always thought I could be.
Uh-oh. It's game time.
Just imagine
how far you can go. Because you don't need to be amazing to start, but you need to start to be amazing.
Toyota, start your impossible.
Bitch, I'm a ghost. I could go on for days and days, yeah, I do the most. Wait.
Killer, West Side Killer.
Ano yung nalusal ba? Tama? Diretso tangalian na siya? Diretso tangalian na? Backstreet?
Kumain na pagka.
We'll be up all night for decaf. You say I'm a tall thug, yes, I'm a G-Rap. If you want sex, maybe use the knee band. If you want to stick it, keep it, me kitty. Killer, West Side Killer. Ikaw ang Diyos na. Ang Diyos na. Ang Diyos na. Easy got to say you. I believe in a father and that's what I'm the love I'm trying to put on the back, if you said it, if you spit now, and I got everything, from the chit-chat, so I had to let back the seat. Slide she sucked it, I nut all over me.
I'm in a relationship with all my bitches, yeah. I need a good someone I need her. I got some bad things I wanted to myself. Gotta take the time to cut them off, I need her. I don't wanna make the girl go crazy. When you treat her like you number one, baby. Hey, hey, hey. Go, so over the world. But my time would be wasted. They got nothing to do. I done did it, I done did nothing you can do but keep on to her 24/7, and she looking so sweet. That kind of body, you don't mind spending all of your time.
Grammarly helps make your writing clear and concise, no matter where you are. Compose a cover letter that stands out thanks to flawless writing and compelling word choice. Inspire your team with a presentation free of errors in spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Impress your boss with a proposal that gets straight to the point, and be sure your writing comes across the way you intend. Download Grammarly today to review your writing before you hit send.
Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like it's brand new. I ain't just try to make you cool, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by the rules. Everything you better than you. Why you always in the mood? Can I do it like that? Everything we like.
Bitch, I'm a ghost. I could go on for days and days, yeah, I do the most. Wait.
Killer, West Side Killer.
Body with a perfect smile, perfect body with a perfect smile.
We'll be up all night with the decaf. You say I'm a tall thug, yes, I'm a G-Rap. If you want sex,
Pasok ka na? Pasok na?
Ano nangyari sa ano to?
I-PM ko na lang.
baby, use the meat man. Sticky with the sticky, keep baby, give me kitty kitty. Killer, West Side Killer. So I give it a shot. Get it over.
Baby, make me feel like I never felt before. By the side, baby, I love me go now. Ibu-ibu kahit siapa pun,
Ikaw ang Diyos na Diyos na Diyos na Easy got me going
I'm in a relationship with all my bitches, yeah. I need a customer, but I need her. I got some bad things I wanted to myself. Gotta take the time to cut them off, I need her. I don't wanna make the girl go crazy. When you treat her like your number one baby. I'm tryna do that, going up in the I'm looking for the next to the spit now. And I got to
So I had to let back see that back. She sucked it, I nut all over me.
I was really, only got to deal with nothing you can do but keep the whole world to her 24/7. And she looking so sweet, that kind of body. You don't mind spending all of your time.
O grave faz e a bunda dela lá, West Side lá.
So much time would be wasted, they got nothing to do.
Fight, here we go.
money.